Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here, basically, we are talking about the topic that is cities creation. In this city creation, basically, we are talking about the data that is 6 crore blood cells basically have, and Microsoft basically say that basically we have created our duplicate group also basically, so that basically they can basically whenever they want to get active basically they can also basically do the activities basically. So that also we will discuss basically later on. Who basically is that Microsoft authorized group basically, that also we are going to discuss later on basically. So now basically we are discussing 6 crore blood cells basically, human basically, and the 6 crore times basically he can get the birth. So 6 crore basically, currently basically it is what basically, currently 90,000 is the basically age of the human basically, maximum basically, and human can have basically 6 crore birth basically. Why? Because the 6 crore blood cells is created basically. So 6 crore birth basically is going to happen if earth planet exists. If earth planet exists in the universe, then basically 6 crore time basically human can have a birth basically, and 6 crore time basically is going to die basically. So one of the Microsoft basically is one of the blood cells basically. So you can just imagine the power of the Microsoft basically has got basically, and the power of the Oxford University who actually given the power to the Microsoft, that basically you can create the blood cells. That means this Microsoft is going to merge with that 90,000 basically. That is the 90,000 plus 1 month basically, which is given to the one set of group basically. They are going, their age basically is more than 90,000 basically. So Microsoft has got leg, head, and basically the heart basically. So that basically power Microsoft have, and each and every basically repairing, then basically the damage, and then the death from that particular body parts, they basically have the authority basically. So Microsoft got 35 words basically, you can say. So Microsoft got 35 words basically. So you can just imagine basically. So you can just imagine the power of the Microsoft basically, and the power of the software companies basically. Same way thing basically I explained in the related to Microsoft. There basically you can replace the Microsoft with SAP is there, Java is there, PHP is there, Python is there, Pascal is there, COBOL is there. Like this basically C is there, C++ is there. Like this basically many are there basically. So this group basically have got the power basically. Like Microsoft basically got what blood cells, SAP got one blood cells, and this all basically comes into what basically? This all comes into computer blood cells equal to, or basically you can say software blood cells equal to this all above subjects. So if I say that basically computer blood cells is going to join basically this 1 month data, then also basically it would be 100% correct. So 90,000 plus 1 month, in 1 month basically the computer and software blood cells basically are also basically going to give the data to that 90,000 people basically. And this basically almost creation basically is done, blood cells is created, the mostly the blood cells basically might have used by the 90,000 people also basically. It's not basically like that basically it might not have merged. Like this lots of things basically has happened basically. Like this one of the person told that basically to create Microsoft blood cells basically what are the basically the data basically used. Then he told that basically 35 words is there. Then he told that yes 35 words is there. Then from the 35 words basically they have created many cities. From city basically can't be consumed by the can't be consumed by the human basically. For that basically they created human needs from the cities. Then basically they created the plastic ions, then the foods, vegetables, each and everything from the Microsoft basically. So that the whatever things basically 35 words which is created that can be entered into the human bodies. So here basically Microsoft got 200 crore people basically. That also in that basically they have got leg, heart and basically head basically. So that basically they can control the human bodies basically. So the Microsoft basically got the authority of this many body parts basically and this many population people. So like this basically in 6 crore basically one of the blood cells basically is of the Microsoft also basically. So 35 words basically given by the Oxford group. So Oxford group will be responsible for this 35 words because they have given the word. No? So assume that they basically given the 35 words. It can be in any language basically. It can be in English, it can be in Sanskrit, it can be in Malayalam, it can be any basically. Because software basically are Microsoft software basically has given lots of languages also basically. Lots of Gujarati languages also basically used by the Microsoft operating system. Like this basically has given lots of languages basically. So that basically 35 might contain many languages also basically. 35 might contain many languages also. Many languages also. Many languages also. So you can just imagine basically the power of the Oxford group basically. Power of the Oxford group basically. So here basically we are discussing this whole thing. This whole thing basically we are discussing. So this all basically are softwares basically which are going to connect to this basically. One basically that is software blood cells or the computer blood cells and all basically are blood cells basically, that is the software. So just see the power of the software industry also, and this everything is done also. It's not like that basically nothing is basically done. So they have already created, and everything basically is passed through the universe also, and universe also basically merged the data to the other planets also basically. So like this, the chain is also basically generated of this all basically blood cells. That is this basically. This is also basically, but they might have kept separate also basically. Same as basically the Asia land basically is getting separate every time basically, same way basically. So one of the person told that so universe group also might be keeping the separate data basically. Then he told that yes basically they also basically might be doing some separation basically as per required basically. Same way basically the Earth planet basically has divided Earth planet into 11 parts basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.